radioactive particles in constant motion, shape-shifting and transforming constantly. While today is great, tomorrow will be greater. We are MG.
Hi. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, friends, partners, enthusiasts, and colleagues. Welcome to the MG Drivein. I would like to thank everyone in attendance, and I would like also to thank the voice which introduced the brand. Why? Well, that's because it's an honor and pleasure to start by introducing our brand ambassador for MG India, Benedict Cumberbatch. Hear from the man himself.
I grew up with the MG brand, and it was one of the first cars I ever dreamed of having. I grew up with the MG brand, and it was one of the first cars. Be the same for a lot of people dreamed of with having MG Midget
Good.
or an MGB.
So moving on, we live in the age of experiences,
now with the MG.
and technology is a significant force enabler. It isn't amazing to discover new possibilities and know how to transform our routine lives into fun, interactive, and smart experiences. MG was born in 1924. The cars of that era became a catalyst for social change and brought innovation, mobility, and lifestyle sensation. MG rolled out the two-seat sports car for the masses way back in 1930s. MG's roadsters and cabriolets gave people style, freedom, and performance. We broke land speed records on Salt Lake flats and did it again and again. We in India have been working for over 2 years to bring a change that drives the future, the internet car. The internet and associated technologies enable everything we do on our laptops, phones, and home devices. And now it's going to be in MG cars. Are you ready to witness this change? So we are introducing a car that understands your commands, a car that stays connected, a car you can remotely control, a car that keeps you safe, a car that entertains you and adapts to your linking with time. It evolves. A car that's not just a car. It's a whole new experience in mobility. Would you still call it a car? So get ready to experience the future as we present to you India's first internet car, the MG Hector. It's packed with features to make your life safer, easier, smoother, and better. The brains behind this is the iSmart Next-Gen system. iSmart is a complete, integrated solution that combines hardware, software, connectivity, services, and applications never seen before in a road legal car in India. Today, I, along with my colleagues and partners, will take you through the various aspects and features of iSmart that will usher in a revolution in the auto industry. I promise iSmart will blow your mind. Let's begin with the brain of the car. We have given iSmart an ultra-large display, a 10.4-inch screen, full HD, always connected screen, bigger than most tablets. The screen offers a choice of themes. It also has preloaded entertainment content. The interface gives all the information at a glance and allows you to manage complete vehicle settings with just a touch. It's a visual delight. Is how we experience content today. Our screen is vertical for you. The device has been built to withstand extreme temperatures of Indian summer. That was just the beginning. We brought in technology partners from around the world to give it a lot more. So friends, let's talk about the connectivity now. iSmart offers connected mobility like we have never seen in India before. With more advanced technology, smarter applications, built-in apps, artificial intelligence, radiantly new smart features, and variety of infotainment services, MG is introducing connected mobility to India. Our internet car shall offer seamless connectivity. The first to introduce machine-to-machine M2M embedded SIM in our cars. Our SIM is Internet Protocol version, or IPv6, ready for 5G, making it future-proof. So this always-on connectivity solution of iSmart will enable real-time navigation, remote location, geofencing, emergency response, and a whole host of other connected services. You will see many awesome features today. So tell us more. I invite Krish Imvarajan from Cisco, our partners behind the reliable connected mobility platform, Cisco Jasper. Krish.
Thank you, Rajiv. Hey guys, great to be here. Wonderful audience. Thanks very much. Rajiv spoke about iSmart and connected cars. I've been working with connected vehicles for almost 20 years, which started off as an MBA project, has seen me take the journey through many, many places. Quick question. When Rajiv and others talk about connected car, what does connected car really mean to you guys? Did you actually know when the first car was connected globally? Is there anybody in the audience who can say, when was the first car connected? Anybody? 1950? You could even go further back. You can actually think about AM, FM radio. There was content coming in. It was connected. It's not the way we think about connected, meaning you have a phone and things actually coming with cellular connectivity. With cellular connection embedded in the car, there's lots of complications, but it has to be simple. Rajiv spoke about various innovations happening with connectivity, but without all of those simplicity, there will be a difference between that first connected car, which had a simple radio for AM, FM, and today's, which has a smartphone or a SIM to actually enable that connectivity. Integration with wireless operators can be tricky. You have things like 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, DSRC, Wi-Fi, and a whole plethora of technologies out there. How could you make sure when you get into your car, you switch on the vehicle, things work? You've got to be able to see the data usage, what's working, what's not working. If you can't, a car manufacturer will find it difficult to figure out, is it a problem with the cellular connectivity or is it a problem with the car? So what we at Cisco enable is the ability to actually see real time what's happening. And we've been helping MG and SAIC in different markets around the world. There are 3 markets we support them today: in China, with MG in Thailand, and definitely in India right now. And this story will continue to further go through with other markets as SAIC is thinking about involving what they want to do with connected car. Today, at Cisco Jasper, we support 40 million connected cars around the world. What does this 40 million really mean? It actually allows us to understand the vehicle life cycle of the actual car. When you have a vehicle life cycle, it's different because it has to be manufactured somewhere. Then, once it's manufactured somewhere, it needs to go to the dealership from a distribution perspective. And once you have it distributed, it's actually sold to customers when they actually start seeing how it actually works. And by making sure the connectivity works well, the MG cars will be much better with all the connectivity that they need to do that. And Cisco Jasper by itself, we cannot do this just by ourselves. We have amazing partners. And I'd like to introduce Jürgen Haase, who's going to come up next with Unlimit. And I'm very happy to introduce Jürgen Haase. Thank you. Thanks, Jürgen.
Hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Jürgen Haase. I'm a German. I'm responsible for Unlimit, which is a dedicated IoT unit in the Reliance Group. So what we see today is the future, and whatever will come up, you have to be ready for this. And especially this, you can see here in how MG has done this together with the right partners. Because what we have done at the end of the day, we have created building blocks. Building blocks which are very open for the future. When Chris just mentioned, when 5G is coming up, when new AI services are coming up, all these things will be happen with this architecture. It's a very, very open architecture on this. But how to make it happen, you need partners. We are, for example, the partner of Cisco Jasper. We are a partner of MG. And for all of this, you need the right partners, and you need a partner ecosystem in the back. What we have done the last 3 years is really we have created a partner ecosystem. We have certified around about 500 partners for the India market who are able to deliver services to the India market. This is really, really great. But at the end of the day, to make it happen, it's depending on people. And you need a personal commitment. And we all together, believe me, we have done a very, very strong personal commitment. We have traveled around the world with doing things nobody wants to know in this room, but we have made it happen because we want to deliver in time. And this we all together have done in a very, very strong partnership. And I also want to say thank you, for example, to Airtel. I believe AJ Shikara is also here. Thank you very much to be here today, because he's delivering the connectivity in the back end, and we are doing things beyond this. So again, thank you also to be here and to support this very, very strong partnership. So now I want to hand over to Rajev, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian. The biggest advantage of connected mobility is OTA, over-the-air updates. For the first time in India, a car will get updated over the air, the MG Hector. All the cars get software updates only when you bring it to the service center or the workshops. Our cars will get updated as and when updates are available. So like your smartphone, you will get a new look screen and themes, entertainment content from time to time as these updates have software updates, firmware updates. With the mic, right? Okay. So you will have firmware updates, new features and upgrades in this. So this is big. See how far smartphones have come with frequent updates. Imagine what our partners and developers will be able to build for MGI Smart enabled cars in time to come. I'm very excited with the possibilities. But at MG, safety and security is paramount. So we really care for your privacy and security, both of vehicle and personal data. So we went to the people who know best about it. They happen to be the largest company in the world today, Microsoft. Microsoft communication and applications are hosted on Microsoft Azure cloud platform. So let me invite Travis from Microsoft to tell you more about the safety and security. But first him. He's okay?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, and thank you, MG Motors, for inviting me today. I'll start by maybe stating the obvious, and the obvious is our world has changed. We're living in this era of hyper-connectivity. It all started maybe a few years ago with our PCs and the internet, and then quickly shifted to our pockets with our smartphones that we all have, we all can't live without, and it's shifting now rapidly to a variety of devices in a variety of scenarios. If you go home, your TVs, refrigerators, smart speakers that you talk to. In business scenarios, you have farms with sensors in the soil. You have entire factories that are online. In this hotel, elevators and escalators are all connected. And all these devices are creating enormous amounts of data. All that data is actually stored in the cloud. In fact, over 2.5 quintillion bytes of data are created each and every day. That sounds like a lot. The majority of it is machine generated, and so security and privacy of this data becomes a major, major concern. MG Motor took this into account when they were looking at creating the connected car, and I'm happy to say that they chose Microsoft as their cloud provider. Next, please. So Microsoft spends over $1 billion a year in R&D securing our customers' data. We do so through a combination of operations, technology, and partnerships. At Microsoft, we're responsible for protecting our customers' identities, their data, their applications, and their devices in a variety of scenarios that include on-premise, cloud, and mobility end-to-end. That is a unique capability that Microsoft has and a unique requirement in the connected car scenario. We operate over 200 different cloud services across consumer and business scenarios, things like Office 365, Azure, Dynamics 365, your ERP in the cloud, but they also include things like Xbox Live for the millions of gamers out there. Microsoft has the largest cloud in the world, largest cloud provider in the world. We have the largest global footprint in the world. That enables us, in the case of MG Motor and the connected car, to retain all that data from the connected car and maintain it in the Indian data centers, therefore complying with the data sovereignty requirements for the country. The other thing that's unique about Microsoft is, given who we are attacked almost every day, probably more so than any other company on the planet. All that gives us a great deal of information and data to enhance our security and privacy capability, staying ahead of the cyber attacks out there in the world today. Next, please. Our approach to security is also encompassing a variety of teams and processes. We have a cyber defense operations center that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, to rapidly detect various threats and remediate them efficiently and rapidly. We have our digital crimes unit, which is an international legal and technical team that works with various local governments and partners to eliminate a variety of cyber threats. And then we have the Microsoft Threat Intelligence Center, which is a state-of-the-art AI-enabled threat analytics analysis team that looks at different threats and tries to identify them daily before they become serious security risks. So with all that and all these investments and many more has earned Microsoft the honor of being the most certified cloud provider in the world and in the industry. I'd like to thank MG Motors for the opportunity to partner today. I'm very excited about the road ahead for the connected car. I can't wait to drive one myself. I just think they need to move the steering wheel to the other side. All right, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Travis. So let's start with, hello, MG.
Welcome, Rajiv.
So it's nice to be heard, right? So well, if the feeling is becoming rare these days, so all you have to do is talk to Hector. It listens, it understands, it responds. And more importantly, it leaves your hands free to do what you love, doing the most in a car, and that's driving. So let's see what it can do. Hello, MG.
Yes?
Please open the sunroof. So isn't this cool? Let's see how Benedict did it when we gave him MG Hector.
Hello, MG. Open sunroof.
Pardon?
Hello, MG.
When's the last time anyone said that to you?
Pardon?
Please open.
When's the last time anyone said that to you?
Please open sunroof.
MG
Voice.
Hector.
So the voice that can best explain this wonderful feature of Hector is of Charles Coy from Nuance, the brand that's made more than 100 voice commands possible for us in India. So let's invite Charles Coy from Nuance. Yeah.
Thank you, Rajiv. Hello, India. Very delighted to be here. It's my honor to be here representing Nuance Communications. For those of you guys who are not familiar with Nuance, Nuance is the largest leading conversational artificial intelligence company in the globe. We're probably the best hidden secret. Our business really is to partner with the leading brands globally to empower them, to enable them to bring voice AI to their products. And in this case, it's a car. We're very fortunate to have had an opportunity to start actually in China, where actually I flew in yesterday, but the history starts back in 2015 when we partnered with SAIC in 2015 and launched in 2016 the world's first internet car. That completely disrupted not just inside China, but the global automakers. That car is probably the most bought car by all OEMs globally. Every single OEM globally went and bought a car to try to understand how come in China you could build the first world internet car. We learned from that experience, then we brought it into a next project. So partnered with Mr. Zhu and Rajiv, and we're very delighted to call it the Internet Car 2.0. It's in India. We believe this will revolutionize not just the Indian market, but the global market. Nuance actually powers cars. We actually partner with all the OEMs globally. We have shipped over 200 million cars globally. Last year alone, we shipped 45 million voice-enabled cars. Next slide, please. To launch Hello MG in India is a very large undertaking, and I'll explain to you in a second why is it a large undertaking. First of all, we had to actually harness all the engineering power we have globally. We have design centers in Montreal, we have design centers in Germany, we have large design centers in China, Chengdu and Shanghai, but most importantly, we had to actually harness the local engineering resources. In India, we have about 1,000 engineering resources powering car makers, banks, as well as government. We have 100 engineers in auto field. So this was a collaboration, a deep collaboration between Chinese and Indian engineers for Nuance to actually bring this to life. Next slide, please. Adaptive ASR, contextual NLU, and DDFW. Very large words. Adaptive ASR. So we have 65 languages globally we cover. But everybody knows in English in India, pronunciations are very different. We learned actually from our experience in 2016 with the challenging customer of SAIC, the dialects and the accents in Chinese. We learned that and we actually harnessed that for the Indian market. We used machine learning and deep learning to actually produce what I call Indian accented English. So you may not understand my English, or Mr. Zhu's hopefully understands your English, because this is what is needed, localization. Next is contextualized NLU, natural language understanding. It's the way that you and I talk. It's the way you and I actually grammatically understand each other. And that we use, again, machine learning and deep learning for that. DDFW is our platform that is a very ruggedized platform. We used it and deployed it globally, but we have actually leaned that into having automatic speech recognition, text-to-speech, signal processing, so you're able to know who's the driver, who's the passenger. All of this is a lot of technical terms. But basically, in a nutshell, it enables us to be able to actually harness all of this and bring it together to have the best experience for you possible in this Indian market. Next slide, please. Another very important and challenging example that we've learned in China, and actually we've deployed it here in a broad way, we call it hybrid computing. The world believes cloud computing is here and it's the only thing you need. Well, we know earlier from our colleagues, from our partners that talked about connectivity, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, NG. It's not an easy problem to solve. So sometimes your car has unreliable signals. Hello, hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello, can you hear me? Or you may not have internet connectivity, for example, in the mountain. Or you're driving too fast, the handoffs are not possible. So we built the world's first hybrid 2.0 cloud and edge computing. So your car, most usage cases, works without internet connectivity, without reliable internet connectivity, without very fast-moving internet connectivity, so that you as a driver don't have to worry about the connectivity. It just seamlessly works. Next slide. A very important part of artificial intelligence or virtual assistant really actually starts from the user experience. Steve Jobs actually taught us that. Start from the user, work backwards. Just like our colleagues earlier talked about the internet. Internet 1.0, I call it the type era. Internet 2.0, which is what we live in today, I call it the touch era, APP. We're actually moving to the Internet 3.0, the talk era. And talking, it's important to actually have very good UI, UX experts working together. So we actually send our UI, UX experts, the best UI, UX experts here in India. They've been here, they're still here, working deeply with MG Motors and SAIC to actually build the best user experience we believe second to none in the Indian market. Next slide, please. This is just the beginning. Moving forward, this is our roadmap. So this is not a one-year project. This is a multi-year engagement of partnerships, all of us together collectively bringing this to the Indian market and the rest of the world. I just want to highlight a few things. Cognitive arbitration. This is a very important concept. In the car, you may use different internet services as a husband or wife, child or son. Cognitive arbitration means when you say, hello, MG, it recognizes who you are and it knows where you should get your content from, whether it's Tencent Music or Spotify. Or if you want to order a food from a Pizza Hut or a Kentucky Fried Chicken, it understands you. It has contextual understanding. And a very important litmus test that we use is we call it button-free, 100% button-free. So if we're able to understand you without any buttons, we've succeeded. So these are some of the roadmaps that we're launching in the subsequent years, and we're very excited to be here. And thank you again, and I hope you have a chance to check out the car and check out the product. Again, thank you very much.
Hi. Sure. I had emphasized safety and security earlier. So let me show you one more feature that provides great assurance to our drivers and owners. eCall, or emergency call. Our head unit houses a self-initiated emergency call feature that reaches our 24/7 Pulse Hub. We don't call it call center, we call it Pulse Hub. If airbags are deployed under an emergency situation, eCall is activated and a text message triggered. This message goes to the Pulse Hub with your location, and message is also sent to the registered phone numbers. So the Pulse Hub triggers necessary emergency actions. A call is made to the head unit immediately. In case of no response, the owner's phone is called, followed by emergency contact. So there are 3 levels of security in this case. In case owner does not respond or needs assistance, emergency response is initiated to offer assistance, speedy assistance. We know speed is of utmost importance in an emergency. So now let me invite Gaurav Gupta on stage to tell us what we have in store to delight our customers further. Yeah.
Thank you, Rajiv. Hello, everyone. Let me take a chance to introduce the MG brand philosophy to all of you very briefly. The MG brand stands on 4 key pillars: the pillars of community, diversity, experience, and innovation. In fact, MG is all about enabling exciting experiences every time. And we at the MG family try and bring innovation in all our experiences. In fact, MG, right from its very inception, has been at the forefront of technology and innovation, keeping it future ready. Let me try and show you today how we've got it in the MG Hector. Embedded in the iSmart Next Gen, we have a feature called the iCall. The iCall is backed by Pulse Hub. Now, like Rajiv mentioned, the Pulse Hub is our dedicated 24/7 management services backup support system, which is there to support you on the go. All you have to do is to press the iCall button on the head unit, and the entire Pulse Hub system gets activated. I want to give you a small demonstration today, and let's have some fun as well. Let's press it. Oh. That rings.
Good afternoon, Gaurav. How may I help you?
Hi. I'm at the AeroCity at the JW Marriott, and I'd like to, I'm with a friend of mine, and I'd like to know about a good cafe nearby. Can you help me, please?
Certainly, Gaurav. Would love to help you. If you don't mind, can I ask you a question?
Sure, please go ahead.
Does your friend have a preference for the cafe?
Oh, well, my friend is my pet, Zio. He is my pet dog.
Oh, so you need a cafe that allows pets?
Certainly.
One moment, please. Okay, Gaurav. There is a cafe with a 4.5-star rating just a kilometer away that allows pets.
Fantastic.
I will just share this location on your head unit, and then TomTom will navigate you to the restaurant.
Hey, that's brilliant. That's very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for driving an MG. Have a wonderful day.
So now we at MG are building our database at the Pulse Hub so that we can support you more and more on the go. But that also brings me to the next key feature of our iSmart Next Gen, which is navigation application. Now, we all use navigation apps, right? But what happens when you're with your family, friends, or even alone, and your navigation application hits a blind spot? That's precisely the reason why at MG we have equipped the Hector with the most advanced online and offline voice recognition navigation system. We have partnered and collaborated with TomTom, the global leader for navigation systems in automotives. So let me invite Chirk to explain to you how this entire thing comes to life in the MG Hector. Chirk. Thank you, Chirk.
Fantastic. What a wonderful demonstration. I really loved it. My dog doesn't drink coffee, but I do. It's wonderful. So thank you today for having me here. We're very proud as TomTom to be here today and being presented one of the partners of MG here in India. We're a pioneer in navigation since 1991. And we have more than 1,000 people here in India in our Pune headquarters. So we focus on our global operations here in Pune, but also we supply the market here in India with our technologies. So if I look at today's industry, I see a number of trends arising. First of all, and that's what we talk about today, is the connected car. The connected car will bring our daily technologies into the car, our daily lives, which is very fascinating what you see together with all the partners. The second trend emerging in the industry is autonomous driving. We all heard about it in one shape or form. It's also heading the India market. So if I look at it globally, we already support 500,000 cars with that technology, with advanced driving assistance systems, being smarter, reducing fuel with our map data. So the third trend we see is shared mobility. And shared mobility is becoming really big. Our generation and the generation afterwards will think twice of buying a car. They will see it as a way of transport, and they will look at it as shared mobility. So you see things emerging here as well, if you look at Ola and you look at Uber. We support also that technology with our location. And if you look what we do at TomTom, we support all of these trends with our digital maps, with our navigation service and our traffic. So let's take a closer look at our navigation engine. So here you see a perfect layout of a navigation system, which is easy to use and which is intuitive. So on the right-hand side, you see what we call a traffic bar, which is really great because you see the delay time, but you also see what kind of things happen along your route. And it can be also a gas station where you can fill up, but also some hazardous information. So very useful and intuitive to the user. If you then move on with our technology, let's take a closer look at our traffic. So if you go to the next slide, you see a build-up of Delhi based on GPS probe data, which is very powerful information. So we've built a community of over hundreds of millions of users. With that data, we can simulate the road networks, and here behind me you see Delhi. So that's a lot of information we can use to generate a perfect traffic service. But not only that, what we can also do with the data is to identify where the changes are in the road network. And we all know here in this room that the infrastructure in India changes very rapidly. So to have a map which is up to date all the time is very, very important to the drivers. So let me introduce you a technology which is launched today. So MG is our launching customer with IQ Maps, making it possible to have the freshest map in your car in an automated way. Please see the next video.
When you find out your map is out of date,
turn right on road.
It's already too late. That's why we created IQ Maps. In case your map is out of date, IQ Maps will update using your car's mobile connection without making your data consumption go out of control. Here's how. Powered by artificial intelligence, IQ Maps updates only what is relevant to you. IQ Maps learns where you drive most and updates these regions first. It then focuses on the surrounding regions, reducing the risk you'll encounter a part of the map that's out of date. In the rare case you do, IQ Maps will download the updates along your planned route. Smartly and efficiently, by only updating what's new. And all of this is fully automated, so you can keep your mind on the road.
So our mission at TomTom is to keep the world moving. And we're very proud to support MG India to reach that goal. Thank you very much.
You made sure that we are always connected and we don't lose our way, right? Almost. Thank you so much. Well, I want to introduce to you one more great feature in our iSmart Next Gen. Now, driving is always better with music. So we've partnered with Gaana to make sure that your drives are more enjoyable. The Gaana app resides in our head unit as part of our iSmart Next Gen. In fact, the MG Hector comes with an embedded premium account of Gaana so that you have the entire world of music at the touch of a button, and you enjoy your drives even more and more. So let me invite Prashan on stage from Gaana to tell us about the partnership and how this makes it really come to life in the MG Hector. Prashan.
बस बजना चाहिए गाना, 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 बस बजना चाहिए गाना.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Gaurav. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm really delighted to be part of this event to introduce the future of mobility and car entertainment for the Indian customer. MG Motors, as we know, has a rich legacy of 95 years, and at the same time has been at the forefront of technological innovations like what we are seeing here. And Gaana, of course, represents a very young, vivacious, and innovation-focused new generation company of India. What a unique combination. It's a proud moment for Gaana to be leading the way in bringing seamless music for the Indian customer, along with the collaboration with MG Motors. Gaana is India's largest music app and is the most loved consumer brand in India. We have over 100 million downloads where customers are streaming more than 3 billion songs every month across 28 regional languages. Next. At Gaana, we have always believed in innovation as being the foundation and core, and more so, I would say, innovation for the Indian customer. Some of the new innovations that we have done in the recent past include voice assistant, which is part of the Gaana music app, personalized music, where pretty much we are personalizing the entire music experience for every customer on the Indian roads, and lyrics, which we have introduced recently, where, of course, you get a much better feel of the song if you can actually read the lyrics as part of the player screen. Next. And that's the beauty. What MG has brought to India as part of the MG head unit with such a broad tablet to be able to get the full-blown music experience to the Indian customer. This is the first time in India that we have brought the entire music experience along with all personalization on a single screen so that your experience right from where you are enjoying music in a certain setup and you are taking a journey to your destination, you can have a very seamless experience. Next. And that is also where the player screen is also customized as per the latest features that are there on the Gaana app. So pretty much the full-blown experience along with the queue, the favorites, the downloads are available to the MG customer. And some of the unique features that we have brought to the table include personalizing the content in terms of favoriting, in terms of downloading, in terms of being able to stream ad-free HD quality music to enhance the experience as you drive in your car. Next. And so, as I said, you can download the music and experience ad-free. Next. With this partnership, I think we are paving the way for the next generation of cars that will hit the Indian market, and we look forward to working with MG to get more path-breaking innovations for the Indian customer. Thank you.
Open your eyes and you will see what you mean to me.
Open your eyes and you may feel what you see to me. Open your arms and you may feel what I just wish to be.
Guys, Gaana?
So we've given you multiple reasons now how to enjoy once you are inside the MG Hector. But the reality is that a consumer journey starts long before they get inside an MG. In fact, today, consumers spend a lot of time searching and choosing their preferred car, or for that matter, like my daughter does, choosing even her pizza. So how do you get this entire information, relevant information, on the go, and that too accurately? So we partnered with Adobe and Cognizant to study this entire experiential journey of our customers. So let me invite on stage Kulmeet now from Adobe, who will share with all of us how they're looking at understanding and powering this entire journey for MG customers. Kulmeet.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Kulmeet.
Am I audible enough? Okay, let me start by congratulating this stellar team of Rajiv and his merry men, as I call it. I think it's been a fantastic job, and I've been following them for several months. It's more of a relentless journey around experiences. And for me, what's so amazing is that this journey for them started way before the actual launch of the car. And I remember the first time I met Rajiv and his team in his office, there were a few people in the room, and surprisingly to me, each one of them repeatedly used the word experiences more than once. And it brought a smile onto my face, and more than a smile, it was more like two hearts and minds meeting. And I'll tell you why. Because for Adobe, our vision and mission is essentially changing the world with digital experiences. So for us, everything is about experiences. We believe that today, each one of us is living in what we call the experience era, or the age of experiences, as Rajiv said initially. It's a fantastic time because our key differentiators today in the experience era are experiences. The biggest sustainable competitive advantage that a business can gain and garner is what you're seeing today. It's all around experiences. That's the differentiator. And how do you define what an experience is in the digital world? I would say it's a very simplistic amalgamation of content and data in real time, or an optimization of content and data in real time that yields a beautiful, mesmerizing, magical digital experience to you. Experiences typically are formed in the digital world at the cusp of what we call the art and science, or at the cusp of magic and math. And at Adobe, we are really privileged, sometimes I say blessed, because of the fact that we deal with both the right-brainers as well as the left-brainers. One side of our business, we provide the world's most compelling, mesmerizing content to people through the Creative Cloud. And on the other side, we provide digital experiences through the DX, or the Digital Experience Cloud. So why are experiences? Could I have the slide? Go back one, please. Could you go back a slide? Okay, I'll carry on. I think they moved ahead. So why are experiences so important today? Why are they so compelling? Why is it so important? So if you look at it, and I'm going to take a minute here, think of that first child, for those of you who have babies, and imagine holding that baby in your arm after the birth. Or think of that last beautiful vacation that you went to. Post some time, what stays with you is not the details of the trip, but what comes to you in mind is that great experience that you actually underwent. And these experiences are what create those beautiful memories for us, and it's within those memories that make us hunt for similar experiences time and again. It is critical for us to live in this era of experiences, to be able to define exactly what kind of an experience we are going to provide to our end consumers and to our customer at any given time. One of the things we've seen in this whole digital transformation journey, something that I note very carefully, is that organizations that keep experiences at the center of their brand story, or at the center of their brand journey, are hugely successful as they hop onto the digital bandwagon. I'm amazed to see the kind of brand focus that MG Motors has, and the brand focus is essentially to enable experiences every day. And that's at the center of their brand philosophy. So how does Adobe help them in this journey? A few things that you can see on the slide. Firstly is brand interaction. So we have powered a whole powerful digital platform for MG Motors so that they can interact with their customers, partners, and prospects seamlessly. Brand awareness, which is created through engagement and customer experience at any given time. Most important in the customer experience journey is how do you dovetail all the various brand apps you can provide your customers with personalized real-time experiences. Customer lifecycle, of course, once the launch happens, it's critical to have an end-to-end customer lifecycle ready. And finally, most important in the digital age, is how do you segment customers for the target audience so that you can deliver real-time personalized experiences to customers. So before I end, I also want to quickly thank a very important partner in this journey for us, which is Cognizant. So I'll call out Prakash here, both on behalf of MG Motors and Adobe, for the stellar job and for getting alive the whole Experience Cloud. Congratulations, Cognizant, and all the best to Team MG Motors for the future. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Kulmeet. Now, once you've made your perfect choice of the MG Hector, you would then walk into one of our 110 plus touch points across the country. What we have gone one step further with is we have leveraged technology across our entire distribution network so that you have an unparalleled experience. At the heart of MG's sales and service network is an integrated and connected dealer management system. This makes our dealerships and our service centers both smart, but also ready to provide you a seamless experience. Now, what we call this entire experience of the dealer management system, the applications, and the entire ecosystem, we call it Magnet. Now, chances are that you would say, yet another DMS? But not quite, because we've partnered together with SAP and Intelligence to build a unique experience for our customers. So let me invite on stage Krishnan from SAP, who will tell us how this entire journey has been through and what we have in store for all our customers. So Krishnan, can we have you on stage?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? You can, you can't? I can't hear you. Yes. Of course, very good. So let me start by making an interesting statement or repeating a statement that a gentleman who founded SAP recently made, Hasso Plattner. Customer experience is something SAP spent $10 billion on in the last couple of years. And what's really exciting today is that $10 billion of investment is going to manifest in what MG is creating for India. And let me talk a little bit about that. To start off, let me just take you to the next slide and ask you a simple question. How many of you bought a car in the last 2 years? I did. Anybody else? That's all. Why are you guys here? Okay, so I wanted to describe to you my experience of buying a car in the last couple of years. I bought one last year. I made at least 30 phone calls when I was trying to figure out which car I wanted to buy. And lo and behold, as I made those calls, I started getting spammed by everybody and their uncle. After that, when I actually went to a dealer and said, look guys, I need a test drive, I need ABCD, they said, do we really know you? Who are you? And I discovered the toughest thing in a test drive is to get the make and model of your choice. They'll come with everything else but the one that you really wanted. When I actually made my purchase and went to take delivery, it was impossible to figure out when the car would be available. So I was told things like, agar ye color chahiye, abhi mil jayega. But if that's the one you want, it'll take 2 months, 3 months, etc., etc. There is a lot of issues today we face around trust and transparency. I don't get enough information even today. Today, when my car goes for service, how much it's going to cost is something that is revealed to me right at the end. in all of this, one of the biggest learnings that I have had, at least as a consumer of automotive, is in the next slide, which is the largest owner of the business experience in our industry is the dealer. So we have just witnessed an extraordinary product experience from MG. But the business experience that sits outside the car is just as important, and that belongs to the dealer. Now let me talk to you about what MG is creating today as the first connected, frictionless business experience of car buying and ownership. There are three things you see here. There are three circles. All three are very critical when we start this journey of buying a car. And remember, for all of them to work in a frictionless fashion, it's extraordinarily important to get your data construct right. And SAP has built something called HANA, which is the world's #1 real-time database technology, which is powering all this. But let's just look at three simple things that happen in this journey. So let's start here. When I was searching for my car, all the searches I did, the colors, the models, the kind of music system, that is information that nobody has after I finish my searches. In this case, the information required to help me make the right choice is going to get captured. When I go through with actually the buying experience, it's very difficult today to experience personalization. The technology that MG is introducing through the dealer system, whether it's in terms of discovery of what sort of parts you want in the car, the test drive at the time of your choice with the model of your choice, all of this comes frictionless, including the quotes, the offer, the promotional material, everything happens in a frictionless fashion. And finally, now that I'm an owner, what I experience is not a bunch of transactions, it's one relationship. When I book my service, as I drive into the service center, the boom barrier raises automatically. The service facilitator who takes care of me knows the entire history of my vehicle. There is very little I actually need to do. It is all value added. All of this is possible because there is an architecture in the next slide, which has been built with the help, so it's on SAP technology like I talked about, built with the help of partners like Itelligence, who actually did the consulting on top of this, and with hardware optimized by Panasonic. What we really have is three things on mg.net that Gaurav talked about, the magnet. The first is that the dealer is able to run their financial system in an extremely clear and transparent fashion. They know exactly what's happening in the business all of the time. As a consequence, the services they render to consumers is also extremely transparent, predictable. All of it is done through exceptional technology, leveraging AI, ML, and so on and so forth. And finally, as and when the consumer requires something, there is real-time supply chain management. So whether it is services, parts, warranty management, all of that happens seamlessly. Why is this important? Because remember, to deliver an extraordinary business experience and to deliver an extraordinary product experience is like your hands clapping. There are many who would create a wonderful product experience with one hand, but if you do not have a system backing you with the other, you cannot produce sound. Today, actually, the sound of the Hector is one, I believe, is going to redefine what customer experience means in this country. And that is the power of how forward-looking MG has been in not just designing the car, but designing the entire model, the business model behind the car. Thank you. Gaurav, back to you.
Okay. Sorry, so not Gaurav, Rajiv. Okay, so thanks, Krishnan. So our technology interactions start outside the car itself, in fact, on your phone. So with the MG iSmart app, your connection to your car, even when you're not close to it. So it starts much before that. So let me show you how Benedict, again, tried it in real life.
Feels good to be able to look after each other, even from a distance.
Turning on AC.
MG Hector. It's a human thing.
This iSmart app will scan your car, see if it is locked and lock, check doors, windows and sunroof, check fuel status, plan a journey and push the location to the car's navigation, set a geofence, track your car, switch car on or off, turn on the AC or turn it off, and also does smart analytics. While others just collect and show data, we help you drive smarter and know your vehicle's health at all times with capability for gaming. Analytics is just one of the many aspects of our internet car and not the only technology like some competitors claim. So you have to see, to believe it, what it can do. That's the iSmart app. Okay, so much technology. All this is a result of years of development around the world by our parent company, SAIC. To tell us more, and this is the concluding speech, to tell us more, I invite the brain behind the brains, Mr. Zhu Shije, Vice President, New Age Mobility Solutions Global Markets from Shanghai. Mr. Zhu Shije.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here very excited to be in India. And last night, I cannot sleep. I am in my room. I was watching IPL match on TV. I did not understand the game of the cricket. I cannot see how they count six rounds when no one is running. But it's really exciting. I could see how IPL has combined cricket with entertainment from Bollywood. We all love Bollywood. It has amazing partnership of players and technology from around the world. This is exactly how we see the future of cars. Advanced automotive engineering combined with latest digital technology to deliver pleasurable experience. India is a young country with high affinity to technology. Indians are leading technology development around the world. We thought it fit to bring the most technological advanced cars that India has ever seen. I'm pleased to share with SIC Motor has been doing in the field of the intelligent connected vehicle we call ICV. As a leading global car manufacturer, ICV has surpassed traditional automotive industry with technologies and services such as AI, information, communication, big data, and cloud computing. Our Internet Car program is spread around the world with development and innovation centers at Shanghai and Nanjing in China, Longbridge, UK, California, Tennessee, and even in India. Over 7,000 engineers work at these centers. SIC has established the Advanced Technology Department, which is focused on autonomous driving, cloud computing company, big data service team, and AI lab, with more than 100 doctors who focus on the automotive industry. We have built strong relationships with global leading companies in different areas, including Microsoft, Nuance, TomTom, Mobileye, and so on. We also have made several investments in companies based out of Silicon Valley, who are driving advancement of intelligent and autonomous vehicles. We launched the global leading internet car in 2016. Now, over 1 million cars have been delivered to the customer. We have completed development of 18 V2X functions that conforms to driving habits and norms of natural traffic environment. SIC's autonomous vehicle platform has executed 75,000 kilometers of road testing with zero accidents and zero violations. We are in final stages of testing last mile autonomous feature like auto parking and auto summon to drive, which is going into production and will launch it in the middle of this month in some markets. We are working with partners to promote the constructive of V2X, such as intelligent transformation of signal lines in the test area. To contribute to the development of intelligent vehicles and industrial agglomerations. And we will launch the global leading connected car with 5G next year. Based on such infrastructure, definitely, we shall be working with smart cities in India to develop similar solutions here in near future. To develop the MG Hector, iSmart next generation system for India, we have put in the best of our global resource, enhanced with local development to make sure every feature works to fit to its fullest potential under Indian conditions. We promise to bring in more and more wow features to our MG car in India. Let's be patient for the launch of MG Hector. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Zhu. So MG is committed to continued development of the internet car. We have been working with auto tech startups in the last 2 years in India through initiatives like Innovation Hunt and hackathons at various events. Today, I'm also very excited to announce that MG would launch a grant for an internet car developer program this year. And innovators and startups would be eligible for grants under this program. The program would be officially opened in August this year, so watch out for more details. This event would not be complete without me introducing my friend and colleague from the day we kicked off this project kind of startup, Mr. P. Balendran. So you have seen there is so much of technology in MG Hector that we had to do a whole event today just for this introduction. So if I can just summarize today's event by saying that we are going to launch this car called Internet Car. So what it can do is, it can do things in 3 categories. So one is safety and security, second is entertainment, third is utility. So here we mean by safety is, as we talked, that we have e-call, you have iCall, you have navigation, you have real-time navigation, you have geofencing, we can track. So all kind of safety needs have been taken care of. Entertainment, we are giving you 10 songs, videos downloaded in the head unit. And also we have Ganas, which you can stream, and you can also download 10 songs. And this we all can keep changing from over the air. So suppose we get the feeling that the songs are getting old, they are dated, we can always change it for you. And we can change a lot of color and themes as we have been talking about. Also the remote operations. So just imagine in Delhi heat of 45 degrees centigrade outside, now you have to leave this event and the car is hot. So you have 2 options. You can open the windows and sunroof while sitting here and let the natural air get mixed up. Or you can switch on AC also from here. But mind it, you can switch on AC only in the automatic transmission. Because by any chance, if you have parked your car in manual transmission, it will result into an accident. So safety is paramount, so only in automatic transmission you can do. But all these things are possible now through through the remote app operation. And by the way, this all consumes data. So we are embarking on this journey right now, and we are giving the data free for the next few years. And also, the regulations have to keep pace, so we need to also work with a lot of authorities and stakeholders to make sure that we have the provision of adding more and more apps. So as you can imagine, we are launching Gen 1, if I can say, of services today, and this will evolve. And this is a smart machine, so they will understand your voice, smart map we are talking about from TomTom. So the whole thing will go to Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. So it's up to us, like how much we can keep pace with the requirements and likings of the consumer. So that's how we are going to take this whole journey forward. Before we conclude, and I want to say a few more things, but before that, can I invite my partners to come on stage who have made the presentation today, and we can take a selfie and a photograph, please. So if I can invite all the presenters. Right. Okay, so maybe some can come this side. Right, yeah. So my wife has trained me to take selfie. I hope I can do it right. So we take one selfie. So you have this here. Okay, coming? Okay, right, okay. Right. Okay, one more. Okay, all right. And we can take some picture here. We can take a picture here. Right. Yeah, come. Yeah, and me. Okay, come. Okay, come there. Okay. All right, so, okay. So thank you guys. So, in the end, you must be wondering, कि फंडे तो बहुत दे दिए, गाड़ी कहाँ है? Right, so we can't show the car today, but we thought we can present something to you. So let's have some visual delights of soon to be launched MG Hector.
You know when you're with friends, when you only use their first names.
Welcome, Benedict.
Hello, MG. MG Hector. It's a human thing.
So there are some more car images. Okay, so that's about the car. I'm sorry I can't show full car today. This was a tech event, but I can tell you a few things about the car. Yes, we need to talk about the dimensions of the car, the specifications, the power. What I can tell you today is that most of the meaningful specifications, dimensions, we are going to be the best in class. In terms of powertrains, we are going to give good choices in powertrains, including hybrid 48-volt, first time in this category. First time in India. So we are going to do that. Also, in terms of other things like assurances. So, at the end of the day, some people may say, okay, the car looks good, technology is good, what about quality and reliability? So I would not say much more today than just I will say that please stay tuned for some more surprises. We are here to create some exciting experiences at every stage of your buying cycle. So hope we can do a little bit more than your expectations all the time. So thanks a lot. Please adhere to the instructions after this because we have some demo units, so you should have a look. But thanks a lot for coming today, and have a great day. Bye.
Thank you so much, everyone.